What's up, guys? Please excuse the shitty backdrop, but that's the price you're gonna have to pay when you're dealing with a real construction worker versus some nerd on YouTube making videos about boots that he's never worn for 8 hours a day, never worked in for 40 hours a week, or maybe just some rep trying to sell you on the damn product. But if you guys found yourself here, you're probably wondering what's the best Georgia boot Moc Toe. And they have a variety of Moc Toes to choose from right now. I chose 3 that I thought looked the best and would function the best for what I do. By trade, I'm a commercial floor installer, and we beat the shit out of our boots. Boots typically last us maybe less than 6 months sometimes, and it's hard to figure out the quality of a boot when you're ordering online. So let me show you which ones I thought were the best for what I do, and shit, they might work for you. We're gonna start with the USA Wedge Moc Toe. This is a very nice looking boot. It's got the old American flag little Thurgood thing going on right here. It's got a Goodyear welt, chocolate brown looking. It's got that foam sole. Classic, you know, every work boot uses this tread pattern pretty much. I'm sure it's got a steel shank, but like I said, I don't really know the details too much. It's got a nice little Georgia boot, a little stamp right there and right here on the tongue. But for me, these boots, I could see myself blowing these boots out pretty quick doing what I do. For one, it's got a high profile. So the higher the profile means there's more toe. More toe means there's more toe to drag on the floor. And that would I'd probably blow this toe out within weeks because we drag our feet. You know, not drag our feet like we're lazy asses, but we're crawling around. We're gonna drag our feet. It does have that sole material on the top. See that hard stuff right there? So if you do decide to get them and you're a floor guy, it might last, but since we got that foam, soft foam thing going on right here, that might split. That might split on you. Don't ask me how I know. I've gone through a couple pairs of boots that have split. But yeah, it's a really beautiful looking boot. I just wish the profile was a little lower, and despite it having a softer sole, I would still use it, but definitely would wear these out pretty quick doing what I do, because we walk on a lot of surfaces, and believe it or not, the surface that would tear these boots up the most would probably be carpet. Carpet is like the kiss of death for boots when you're a floor guy, because just think about it, dude. We're crawling around, all that friction, there's no sliding, it's just straight. We're just shredding our boots up when we install carpet. But I could see these, you know, on the job site. I could see these on, you know, maybe a guy pouring concrete, some dude, you know, that's got to stand on some rebar. He needs to feel that rebar. You could probably feel the rebar pretty good through this. You could probably even grip it a little bit. Some guy, you know, climbing rafters needs to grip the 2x4s. You know, it's pretty grippy stuff, and they are comfortable. So maybe like if you're a foreman out there and all you do is fucking walk around, these boots would probably be good for you, as long as you don't mind the high profile. They're a little tall, and usually I try to stay away from stuff that has like that high profile, because like I said, we're always, you know, bending over and flexing our feet, and when we flex our feet, it makes the boot widen out like that, and before you know it, it just looks like you got one of those pancake feet you see on the cartoons when they drop an anvil on their foot. It's just this big old flapjack looking son of a gun. Yeah, I could see these, you know, for a floor guy, I could see these pancaking out. You're gonna fuck that toe up pretty quick, and then this tread will be gone in no time if you're a carpet guy. It might last you a little bit longer if you do vinyl, but then again, you know, with this big ass toe, you're gonna have to be aware of that issue if you want your boot to last. Like when I'm installing floors, I always try to keep the tips up, but before you know it, sometimes you can't always keep them up, because then it just puts the pressure on your knees and you're just like, oh God, I gotta drag my toes. So yeah, as a floor guy, I would not recommend these boots, but hell, do what you want, dude. It's a nice looking boot. I want to keep it, but I might return it. But damn, but if I keep it, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna wear it to work. Possibly use it to mow my lawn, take out the trash. Yeah. Just trying to find any excuse to keep it. Pretty much, it's a good looking boot. I really want to keep it, but I'm not gonna use it for work, and that sucks. Next. Now the next boot is the Georgia boot, work boot, wedge Moc Toe. This is a beautiful boot. I really like this boot. It's got the classic Georgia work boot wedge that we all know and love. You know what boot I'm talking about, that regular looking work boot they made. That probably the first work boot you ever bought was my first work boot. It's got the standard Georgia boot sole. I've never had any issues with this tread or this sole. It wears nice and even, kind of. But it's got a harder foam. It's got that Goodyear welt. This little baby right here is nice and hard. I'm sure it's got a steel shank. It's a real comfy boot. What I really like about it is the stitching. The stitching's not wild like in you know, Thurgood boots, how they have like 5 stitches right here, or Carolina boots have 1,000,000 stitches, and they're white and they're on a tan boot, and you know. What that reminds me of, I'm Mexican by the way, so it reminds me of a fucking mariachi, you know, with their little fancy pants with the fucking little jingly shit on the side. When I see stitching like that, it just looks funky to me. And this is a nice, plain looking, simple boot. And would I use it for work? I probably would. The only thing that's deterred me from using these babies is the leather's really, really soft. And usually on Moc Toes, they'll do like a split seam right here. This looks like all one piece right here. You see what I'm talking about? How they rounded this baby out, sewed it right here, sewed it here. They probably put like some type of material to make it bubble out like that. So since we drag our toes a lot, this would probably blow out and look like shit. So yeah, if these were the only boots I had available for me, I would definitely use them for work. I would highly recommend these for any other tradesman, because I've worn so many of the regular Georgia boot work boots that I can 100% back everything going on down here. And the leather, you know, it's that standard Georgia boot, soft leather, smells like dead cow. And that's probably another thing that would deter me from using them for work, is how soft the leather is. But I'm definitely gonna keep these. I'll probably use them for my everyday wears, you know. I'm becoming older now, and I want to look and act my age. So probably catch me around town, kissing babies, slapping booties, and giving high fives with these bad boys on. Heck yeah, brother. And it's got that barnyard spill-proof technology. So if you're out there and you spit your chaw out and you hit your fucking big toe, don't worry about it. Wipe it right off. Yeah. Nice looking boot. Definitely would recommend these to other tradesmen. Like I said, I've walked 1,000,000 miles in this sole. The sole's fucking tried, tested, and true. Wasn't too sure about the yellow laces, but they're growing on me. You know, I like the standard laces they use for every boot. It's got a nice looking collar. It's comfy. It's comfy. Let me show you the guts. The soles are pretty nice in them now. if you're a Georgia boot dude, you know the classic work boots have that green insole that you can't take out, I don't think, from what I remember. But these soles, you can take them out. They're pretty thick. I'm not gonna take them out because that's like going over the top with that nerd YouTube shit.
Let me show you. They get this thread from silkworms in Malaysia.
We're not doing that here. Nice fucking boot. Long story short, nice fucking boot. Keeper. It's keeper, brother, but I'm not gonna use them for work unless I have to. Next up are the champions, the Amp LT Wedge Moc Toe. Boots are bad to the bone, and these are the boots that I selected to work in. I've been working out of these boots for about 3 weeks. Not these boots. I ordered 3 pairs of these boots. That's how much I like them. It's got that low profile toe. It's got nice gold stitching that blends well. I don't know if you want to call it gold or tan. It's got this little, what is that? Counter heel lock. I'm not a big fan of it, but I understand why they did it. It's got a nice little boot strap right here. Pull them boots up. It's got a nice soft tongue. Comes with the standard brown and tan laces, and it's just a fucking beautiful looking boot. This boot definitely caught my eye. Definitely rekindled the flame of love I once had with Georgia boots. And the leather on it, it's like Goldilocks leather, man. It's not too soft. It's not too hard. It's just right. I broke these boots in within like a day or so, and definitely smell like dead cow. It's really good feeling leather. It's, like I said, it's not too soft. I like it. The color is awesome. They're not dorky looking. They have a nice shape, so they're not going to give you that pancake foot effect when you wear them in. And would I recommend these? Hell yeah, dude. I'd recommend these for a floor guy for a couple reasons. So since it's got that harder sole, it's gonna give us more, we're gonna get more use out of our boots walking on all those different surfaces we work on. And since we're always, you know, on our toes, this sole's definitely gonna stand the test of time. It's got the lower profile, which, you know, the lower it is, the less drag. Fucking love these boots. Been working out of them for 3 weeks. Let me show you guys the active duty ones. So these are the active duty babies. It's got a weird shape right now only because I'm not wearing them, but yeah, these things broken pretty nice. Got 3 weeks of work in them. Not like these nerd YouTube reviewers that don't do jack shit in boots, but walk around. So yeah, let's start with the bottom. It's wearing pretty nice. Nothing too crazy. They're pretty grippy so far. Now let's look at the welt. See how it's starting to get worn in. That's you know, typical for a floor guy. That's where we're gonna get most of the wear and tear is gonna come right here in the front. And since it's got that lower toe, that's just from like a side like moving to the side when you're on your knees, that's like minimal. That's minimal. We usually blow a hole in the toe of our boot right around here. So yeah, it's pretty minimal for 3 weeks. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised I didn't have more wear and tear on the toe without putting any protection on. So that, you know, that leather's nice and broken in now. Still smells like dead cow. I've never used this to kick my boots off. So yeah, that was kind of pointless. The straps are awesome. Love using the straps. Goofy looking tongues. Probably my least favorite thing about this boot is that Georgia boot logo. I would have went with the screeching eagle coming down the side. You know what I mean? But yeah, these boots are badass. Definitely recommend them to any floor installer out there. Any other tradesman, just as long as, I don't know, this might be a shitty boot for a slippery surface. I don't know, I haven't slipped and slided in these yet, but I could see them maybe getting a little slick. I'm really not too familiar with this sole, but so far so good. It's a lot harder material, and I feel this boot versus the classic foam soles they use for other boots. This, since it's harder, I don't know, it feels like I'm using my foot the way it's meant to be used. I'm not sure how to explain it. Like, I could feel the surfaces I walk on a lot better, and it has a comfortable sole, so it's not an uncomfortable boot. My feet don't get too sweaty in them. I could definitely see these lasting me for about a year, if not maybe longer, but we'll see. We shall see, but for now, these are the ones I would recommend out of those three. I don't know what else to say. It's a good fucking boot. That's all I got. Fucking out. Hold on, brother. There's one thing I forgot to mention in my awesome detailed review. The AMP LT wedges, these babies, order them true to size. They will fit your true size. I am a 10.5. These are 10.5s. They fit great. Yeah. Next. The USA Wedge Moc Toe work boot. You can order these a size under. They'll fit you just fine. These are 10s. They fit me great. Still don't know if I want to keep them. Now these beautiful little babies, these little darlings, order these a size smaller. These are 10s. I'm a 10.5. These fit me just fine. Yeah, that's it. That's what I forgot. Later, dudes.